The Kingdom of Hyrule is established by Rauru and Sonia. Rauru, the Sage of Light, is one of two remaining Zonai, the other being his sister, Minoru, the Sage of Spirit. The Zonai were godlike beings who once graced the land with their presence. Their intellect brought about a new era, one full of technology, intuition, and wisdom. Before Hyrule's establishment, the Zonai left the land for unknown reasons. Whether they died out, or they left on their own terms, we will never know. We do know, however, that their technology is still in use in this time period. Sonia is a wielder of time power and a priestess by birth. She is gifted a Zonai Secret Stone by Rauru, an artifact capable of strengthening the user's own abilities. Rauru and Sonia wed, and presumably have a child. In a time where monsters and demons plague the land, Rauru and Sonia form shrines of light to purify and seal away this evil. The royal family establish themselves on the Great Plateau. From here, they reach out to the other races in the land and join forces with them, most likely offering protection and in return, receiving resources. Rauru at this point had already connected with the Zora of Zora's domain, the Rito of Rito village, and the Gorons of Gorondia. Rauru attempts to connect with the Gerudo of Gerudo Town, but is turned down by Ganondorf, leader and king of the Gerudo. Ganondorf is the natural-born leader of the Gerudo, being the only male born in the 100-year time frame. Ganondorf values strength and wishes to bring Hyrule back to its glory days. He believes that the Zonai, and by extension Rauru, brought weakness to the world, using wisdom and machinery to fight their battles instead of relying on their own strength. Ganondorf plans to overthrow the royal family and restore the world to its original, supreme state, one in which strength and power are of the highest virtue. While we don't know the source of his dark magic, it is assumed that his mothers, Kotake and Kaume, helped the king learn to harness his power. A mysterious girl lands on the plateau, claiming to be the princess of the kingdom. Rauru and Sonia tell the girl, whose name is Zelda, that they are the king and queen. Zelda comes to the realization that she has somehow landed in the far distant past. She tells her story to Rauru and Sonia. Rauru is skeptical, but Sonia welcomes Zelda with a loving embrace. Sonia senses that Zelda has both time and light power, as well as a blood connection to herself and Rauru. Rauru and Zelda visit Minoru in hopes of finding answers as to how to return Zelda to her original time. Minoru suggests that Zelda tries to learn to use her untouched power over time, with Rauru suggesting to Zelda that Sonia could help her. Minoru also educates Zelda on the practice of draconification, a forbidden act that is performed by swallowing a secret stone, turning the stone bearer into an immortal dragon, losing themselves in the process. Standing on the edge of the Great Plateau, facing the Gerudo Canyon, Rauru, Sonia, and Zelda watch on as Ganondorf and his Gerudo followers summon a pack of Molduga. Rauru raises his hands, forming a triangle. Behind him, Sonia raises her own hand and instructs Zelda to do the same. The two channel their power into Rauru, who then projects a beam of energy at the Molduga, killing the entire herd in one swift blast. Ganondorf had failed, but his effort wasn't for nothing.
The secret stone of the Zonai. How interesting.
Ganondorf, now aware of the secret stones possessed by the king and queen, plays into their plan and pledges himself to the royal family, accepting their invitation and taking a vow of fealty. Rauru accepts, and Ganondorf is welcomed into the kingdom of Hyrule. Zelda tells stories of the future to Rauru and Sonia, who tease Zelda over her admiration and passion for Link, her chosen protector. Sonia helps Zelda understand the power over time that she possesses, explaining how the power works and how Zelda should go about using it. Later that night, Zelda requests to speak to Sonia alone outside the castle. Sonia meets Zelda, who throws a blade at her. The blade stops midair, and from behind a pillar, the real Zelda walks out, her power over time unlocked. Zelda recalls the blade towards the fake, revealing that they know Ganondorf is behind this. The Zelda puppet disappears into a red mist, laughing. As things settle, Sonia is struck from behind, her life taken in an instant. Ganondorf has finally enacted his plan. He snatches the secret stone from Sonia's body before it even reaches the ground. Ganondorf corrupts the secret stone, amplifying his dark power to a magnitude never seen before, becoming the unstoppable Demon King. With his newfound, limitless power, the newly born Demon King raises the Blood Moon and summons an army of monsters to serve his dark purpose. Zelda holds Sonia's body in her arms, powerless to stop Ganondorf. At this moment, she realizes that this is the man she found underground in the far future. Rauru runs to Sonia. Ganondorf mocks the king, blaming him for the events occurring. Rauru charges at Ganondorf, but Zelda stops him, knowing that Rauru wouldn't be able to take him on alone. Zelda teleports them away using the Purapad. Ganondorf and his army sweep over Hyrule, eliminating the kingdom's allies and taking over each and every settlement they find. The imprisoning war rages on and Ganondorf is winning. Rauru, Zelda, and Minoru are pushed back to the Forgotten Temple in the Hebra region, where they bury Sonia and formulate a plan. Rauru gathers the 4 regional sages, the Rito Sage of Wind, the Goron Sage of Fire, the Zora Sage of Water, and the Gerudo Sage of Lightning, and bestows them with secret stones. Zelda tells Rauru that the Demon King is the man she found underground, and that they will not be able to stop him. Rauru ensures Zelda that Link will have the power to stop the Demon King, and that the sages and himself will do everything in their power to put up a fight. Before leaving, Rauru tells Zelda that there must be a reason as to why she came to this time period. Deep below the surface, the Demon King battles the 7 sages, besting them all. Even with all of their powers combined, they could not overcome the Demon King's raw power. In one last fleeting moment of strength, the sages attack with everything they have, and while the Demon King is distracted, overconfident with his chances of winning, Rauru uses his sacred power of light to bind Ganondorf's magic. Ganondorf chastises Rauru, saying that he is only delaying the inevitable, and that he will be victorious. Rauru tells Ganondorf that in the future, a swordsman named Link will defeat the Demon King. The life fades from Rauru and Ganondorf, and the imprisoning war is over. A plan is forged to raise islands in the sky in the far future for when Link awakens from his fight with Ganondorf. This is done to ensure Link is kept safe from the Demon King's grasp and can recover from his grievous wounds. Zelda visits each sage, letting them know that one day Link will come to their domains requesting help. The sages vow to Zelda that their race will do everything in their power to supply Link with the help needed to take on Ganondorf. Mourning the loss of Rauru, Zelda stands in the Temple of Time, alone. A call from outside reaches her, and she makes her way to the pedestal in the garden, where the decayed Master Sword lands in her hands, recalled by Link. Fi, the spirit of the Master Sword, tells Zelda that Link is okay. Zelda grasps the sword tightly, knowing exactly what she must do. Her reason for being here. She visits a dying Minoru, where they discuss Zelda's plan. Minoru objects, but comes to realize that there is no other way for them to win. Minoru agrees to share the sacrifice by implanting her soul into the Purapad, ready to aid Link for when the time comes. Zelda returns to the Temple of Time. Standing at the pedestal again, she closes her eyes, and with hesitation, she takes her secret stone and swallows it. A blinding light emanates from her, and she reaches out for the Master Sword, grabbing it and holding it close. She calls out to Link, begging him to protect them all. The light expands, and from its glow, the Light Dragon emerges, the Master Sword intertwined in her head. Zelda's memories burn into tears, which spread across the kingdom. With a final roar, she flies through the clouds, disappearing into the forever sky.